U.S. Marshals say child abduction. Hey, it's Susan. Welcome to today's episode of the War Crimes Unit. Nice to see you. You know, I'm going to try really hard to give my opinion on this whole thing because I have nothing nice to say right now about any law enforcement. Except for the Marshals. Thank you, Acting Deputy Chief Christy Dawson with U.S. Marshal Service, Office of Congressional Affairs in Washington, D.C. Ever so sorry that I had to inconvenience you and your office based on this scandal with every other government agency. But this is the most excellent letter. So I'm going to read this to you. So it's part 2 of my previous video, Not Dead, Missing. Please call Interpol. Here we go. October 4, 2014. Dear Congresswoman Matsui in Sacramento, California. This in response to your inquiry, half of your constituent, Miss Susan Nisley, concerning the witness security program and the abduction of my son, Adrian Project. The Marshal Service protects witnesses in the witness security program, but does not determine which witnesses are needed. The Department of Justice Office of Enforcement Operation oversees the program and ultimately authorizes the selection of program participants, and a U.S. attorney must sponsor a witness program in order to begin vetting process. In her previous letter, Ms. Nisley states her belief that the U.S. Marshal Service can rescue abducted children. Based upon the circumstances disclosed in her letter, the Marshal Service is not the federal entity with jurisdiction to act upon the abduction. Although the Marshal Service is one of the most versatile federal law enforcement agencies, investigation of child abduction cases falls outside the purview of the agency's duties. I hope this information is helpful in responding to Ms. Nisley. Please do not hesitate to contact this office if we provide additional assistance regarding this or any other matter. Sincerely, Christy Dawson, Acting Deputy Chief, Office of Congressional Affairs. So this comes from law enforcement. Not dead, missing. Like I said before, it was the Marshals that told me to make missing persons reports on my family. So why I'm having all that trouble doing so, including the situation with my son, is unreal. See, I tried to see if I could just get the Marshal Service and themselves to be able to do this. And one inspector from Virginia told me that the Marshals can't do anything because of U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder, meaning the Justice Department, for whatever reason, is not allowing them to take over the case. Assume the case. Not yet. I'm going to work on it. The Marshals, if they need to assume this case, because everybody else keeps jacking it up. Okay. I'm hoping. A police report was made because I learned up in Alaska that the Marshal Service, well, they get kids in the event that it's part of them executing a warrant based on criminal activity. So what happened up in Bethel, Alaska, is a man that I worked with at the hospital. His ex-wife abducted the children, so there was a warrant executed for her, and in getting her also meant getting the kids, you see? See, it was kind of like an all package thing. Apparently this went on for years, them finding the kids and her. Apparently she had taken the kids up through Canada and down through Mexico and all that, and the Marshal Service had to, once they found them, they had to like stalk her house for like 10 days, not stalk, whatever, survey her house for about 10 days before they could figure out how to like get in there the safest way to be able to get the kids. And then the kids were taken back, and then his ex-wife was extradited back up to Alaska. So the Marshals can get kids that way, but I can't get anybody to extradite, or I can't get anybody to issue a warrant to get the Marshal Service to be able to execute a warrant. Do you see? So it's a real conspiracy. Yeah, that'd be nice. There's a whole conspiracy down in Calexico, California, as to why the hell this is taking so long. I mean, I finally was able to get a police department to take a police report. I don't think that they've contacted the Marshals. Nothing's been executed. If anybody was executing a warrant for the people that kidnapped my son, the Marshal Service wouldn't be writing this letter, do you see? Anyway, I sent this to Interpol. I sent this to the International Criminal Court in the event that something happens to me. Hopefully somebody can look out for the kids. That's today's episode of War Crimes Unit. Keep your stun gun or machine gun handy. There's real kidnappers out there. A lot of negligence by some government.